It's
It's
gets a
still
little.
good that they're signing up for big leagues like this. Like I remember when I was in Plat, like these things would actually encourage me to improve quite a bit. So
Yeah, we try to get this. We still want more players than we have. Like there's still like Div A and Div S, which is like, let's say 4.4 up until 6K. That's quite stacked. Like the group that you're in. But below that, the player base is kind of thinning out a bit, which is kind of sad because we want to have more Div. I want to have more Diamond and below players.
for sure.
But yeah. Anyway, let's kick this off. We have in the top left we have Chumpin's Ripclaw, and bottom right Macromonster, aka Goatus Goat, playing for F. Can't say it.
A little bit of a tongue twister there. We're already seeing an early pool here from macromonster.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe your first time on an SCL cast, Exile. Do you want to just do a quick intro who you are?
Yeah, what's up? My name's Exiled. I live in the U.S. nowadays. Originally from Canada. I've been playing in like all kinds of amateur tournaments. I tend to thrive in the ones that are gated at 5K. I think right now I'm around 4.6K on NA, and I play Protoss, but generally not the bread and butter stuff. I'm usually into the disruptors and DTs and all kinds of cheeses. So my knowledge of ZVZ is quite limited. I do off race, and I have played this exact scenario, of course, a bunch. I tend to like the hatch first stuff, but who knows? It really depends on the greed of Ripclaw here. On when does he actually identify this as a 12 pull and when does he actually respond?
Yeah. This is quite a nasty map. Actually, I think Ripclaw will see this. Yeah, he will see the links. Is he paying attention
barely.
though? Oh, he doesn't bring his camera to it.
Yeah, he didn't look at the OV. Hopefully, he did see the dots on the mini map.
Yeah. He's producing one pair of lings, and you see more lings. No, he's producing drones. He doesn't know. Scotty does not know. At the same time, I'm not sure what Goatus did, but his macro slipped up a bit, I think. So the build hit a little bit later than it should have. So these lings are a little bit late.
Interesting call to go straight into the main here.
Yeah, usually you see the main goal is to threaten the natural. Fighting all these drones is also... I guess he's just looking for whatever damage he can get, because he's only committed to 6 lings.
Yeah, so he's got 2 drones already, and he killed the spine. That wasn't a cancel.
Yeah.
So that's, minus 100 minerals and a drone.
Yeah, it's basically 3 drones dead.
Yeah, still good damage here.
Ooh, and he kills the queen.
He gets his queen. I would say that Macromonster's 12 pool has definitely paid off at this point.
Yeah, definitely. Also, I like Ripclaw kind of sent his lings across, but now they're just chilling. There's maybe a sniper drone. Unfortunately, also Ripclaw's OV is right in Goatus space, which is going to be a bit of an issue once the queen spawns. So let's see. Yeah, I think now the lings that have come back from Goatus are now going to pick off the other 2 lings. This Overlord can maybe hide up here on the pillar for a little bit, but it's only a temporary fix.
Yeah. I think this is going to go down too. An interesting blind spore or spine crawler from Macro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, blind spore. So Ripclaw rebuilt the spine. A bit unfortunate there. Obviously, it's a bit expensive for both players. But Ripclaw's going.
I don't think he needed it.
Yeah, Ripclaw's going straight into lair. While, strangely enough, for a 12 pool player, Monster's going into speed. Usually, off a 12 pool, you play gasless, like 2 base stuff. Or at least a delayed gas, but he's actually going to have the ling speed, but he also hasn't taken a 3rd base, so it's a bit of a confusing... I'm not quite sure what he's going for, but he is still droning up and getting Roach 1, so I think he's playing macro.
Yeah, this is a unique game. Like, generally, after a 12 pool, you would expect that you would have the later ling speed.
Yeah.
But it looks like Ripclaw has elected to skip it entirely, so there's actually going to be a scenario here, now that speed is finished, where, Macromonster got the early damage, but also has the mobility advantage here in the mid game.
Yeah, indeed, and also the eco advantage is pretty insane. Goatus actually a sack on Overlord to get the scout.
Yeah, he sees the Roach Warren. He sees no link speed, and if he observed the spawning pool wasn't wiggling either, so that was actually a really big scout. Yeah. And the layer spotted too is pretty useful.
Yeah, let's see. We've got a mix of drones and roaches being built here for Ripclaw. I think he's just trying to stay safe. But his eco is obviously we're up to almost 2 base full saturation for monster.
There's a 20 worker differential right now. That's huge at 5 minutes in the game.
Yeah, it's gonna.
I like the decision to push. I don't know how successful it's gonna be, but when you're this far behind on workers, like I like the idea of trying to use your army to do something here.
Roll the
This
dice.
backstab could be huge for macromonster though.
Yeah, there's no. I mean, there's no drones of the natural to kill, and there's a spine in the main, so there's the possibility of a defense. Also, we're actually heading home now as macromonster, but yeah, I think there should be no.
Roaches. Yeah. Oh no, but the only thing that could have gone wrong did it.
Oh wait, what? No, we pulled the lings back. We actually had the perfect fight against the roaches.
Yeah. I would have loved to see macromonster commit there. He isolated those 3 roaches and was able to get a full surround, but decided no, I'm just gonna fall back to my spine and try to defend my natural.
Spine crawler is gonna.
Enough, that blind spine is doing miracles right now.
Yeah. There could have actually been some damage done, but honestly, I think you could have pulled drones to kill those roaches, and you still would have been ahead as Goddess.
I definitely think the play from Ripclaw should have been just to go for that 3rd base, in hindsight. But I understand the pressure to try to get something done.
Yeah, of course. It's he's definitely a bit of a rough situation. He's now just making more units. But the thing is, we're gonna have +1 soon from Goddess and I think roach speed as well. Whereas Ripclaw hasn't actually used the layer that he got so early. I was kind of
so early, and it's just sat here. Understandably, like he might have been distracted by his attack, but I wonder what the initial plan was for this.
I mean, this is a decent number of roaches, and I guess this Goddess is actually droning up, so maybe there's still a way here for Ripclaw just to punch Goddess in the face and knock him out.
Yeah, 9 drones here at the 3rd. So if he wins the fight, there's potential to slowly equalize that worker count. Let's see how this plays out.
Goddess actually just immediately pulling. I like that call. He's realizing he can't fight this. But there's not actually that much.
No 3rd from Ripclaw and very low drones, so the pullback here was a good call. But
the roach is derping out here.
Oh no! I think that's a move command.
Yep.
Loses a few roaches before he even starts attacking. I think this is a pretty comfortable hold here from macromonster.
Yeah. And with +1 and roach speed done now, there's I think no way back into the game here for Ripclaw.
Yeah, I think key points of this game was just too much damage done from that initial 12 pool, and after that first bungled attack, the 2 economies are just so different from one another now. There's such a lead here for macromonster.
Yeah. And I think here comes the finishing punch from the goat.
I agree. I don't know how he holds this with a handful of lanes.
GG's called. And the goatist will take.
That's game 2.
Yeah, curious to see if we're still going to see some pool fetch shenanigans from the macromonster.
Yeah, and if Ripclaw does anything different with his defense.
Yeah. It's...
I'm seeing drones on the production tab, so that's a good sign.
Signs of actual macro for macromonster. Although to be fair, he after the initial 6 lings, he did do a lot. He did basically just nothing but macro until the final punch.
Yeah, it's just like me with the all-in tag. People think it's literal, and then I macro, and they're confused.
Just a prank, bro. I always find like the difference between NA and EU is like NA is just like a series of pranks. Like people just pressure and then macro, pressure, macro, pressure, macro. EU, like we just try and copy some pro build and fuck it up inevitably, but we try and do something.
Yeah, I definitely noticed laddering on EU, the games tend to be a little more passive.
Yeah, I think it's either passive macro or it's like already committed. Like, okay, this is a build to kill you. NA is like, haha, I'm doing DTs, but I'm gonna macro now. Haha, it's a charge lot, but I'm gonna take an extra base.
Yeah, ever since the RSL, proxy hatches have ran rampant on NA. Feels like every game I'm playing against one.
I do love me some proxy hatches, I won't lie.
Yeah.
Wait,
I guess
what?
you gotta introduce the players still.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sense of the builds. In the top left, we have... Oh, is this a 14, 13, 12 here from Macro?
What's funny is it's almost mirrored. Like it's like they both went for the same weird build.
Yeah, but
Was it a gas pool hatch?
I'm very confused actually.
I feel like the pools are
Yeah,
early.
this
And they're both building 6 lings. This is gonna be really exciting.
okay. No, yeah, so this wasn't a 14. This must have been like a. Was this a? Oh, I think no. I think Ripclaw went 15 hatch. Macromonster maybe went 14 hatch. I'm a bit confused actually.
The drone costs are lower than you'd expect.
It is. There's a common build in the All Things Zoe Discord. Like there's this like the cult of the 14 hatch. It's a very niche build for ZVZ, but you go 14 hatch, 14 pool, and you get like a super early hatch, but you also get like ling pressure relatively early, and it can put you ahead in some of these games. These builds are pretty mirrored right now.
Yeah, they're both kind of playing blind. I mean, Macromonster did poke his Overlord into Ripclaw's natural and see no drones, but Ripclaw did not do that with Macromonster. What's funny is they're both just blindly pumping lings, so
They're both gonna flood.
They're both going to be in a position where they expect to put pressure onto one another at the exact same time.
This is gonna be great.
This is some cheese.
This is what makes ZVZ entertaining, because this kind of stuff happens a lot where people just gamble and then you just see how the gamble pays off, and like you get games that make no sense. And you see now.
My favorites are the 12 pools versus 12 pools where they meet in the middle of the map, and it's super awkward.
Well, now, so Gotus is sending his lings around. Ripclaw's sending his straight down the third. Ripclaw's going to have first movers advantage. His lings will hit Gotus base first, so they have more potential to do more game-ending damage. But still.
I can't believe that the Overlords weren't positioned in the middle of the map here. Macromonster did see the clump of lings from Ripclaw. Let's see how he responds. This queen is
Toast.
no longer with us.
Is this just going to be an instant base? Oh, he's no Macro's Gotus pulling back. That's just the wrong call, I think.
Yeah. As long as Ripclaw jumps on the lings when they get home, it should be. Oh no! Finish the hatchery! Finish the hatchery!
Yeah, we need to kill the production there. I think he is going to get it. But now you don't want to lose the link fight in the main. Oh no, Ripclaw's going to lose this. Yeah. He's dead.
So Macromonster's going to have a huge ling advantage here. Ripclaw needs to pull back. He does, but I think too many lings may have gone down. They're equal in supply, but remember...
Oh, don't fight yet. Pull back, Ripclaw. Pull back. No, just don't fight. That's all he actually was fine, because he has his... If he just pulled back to his base, he would have had a defender's advantage he would have won. Now this gets pretty scary.
I think Ripclaw should sack the Nat, and I think we're in this really awkward one days versus one days game, but Ripclaw's committed to defending it.
Yeah. But, oh, there's no reinforcements from Gotus. These lings might get cleaned up.
That's it. That's not a lot. But if Ripclaw's wings stream in 2 at a time, it's not going to be enough.
Come on, just pick it. No. He can pick at the lings as well. Like he can just...
I would even love to walk the queen down here, right? Yeah. Like this is such little lings, and most of them are marked up.
Yeah, I think he'll hold this anyway, though. These lings should win. No, these lings are not fighting! No! Come on, get your lings in the fight! There we go. Okay, we're good.
Yeah. So Ripclaw saves the natural, but that was a pretty cost-inefficient fight, and as a result, he's actually down on drones, despite having the natural base up.
Yeah, but he's still, like, he actually has... I think he has kill move now if he just goes and sends these lings, because his production is just way higher than Macromonster.
I think Macromonster's caught onto that too. 12 lings coming out from him as well.
Yeah.
What a game.
What a game. This is gonna... Now, let's see who blinks first and starts droning, or if they're just gonna send it. That's one other thing, like, that I noticed, like, between NA and EU, when shit goes wrong and there's a messy game, EU players will drone up. NA players just like, I don't care if I have 14 drones, we're building army. We're gonna fucking send it.
Something interesting here is Macromonster's still mining 1 from gas. I would love to see a Bane nest go down here. Like,
oh shit, 200.
Low,
250 gas.
Low eco game, mass ling.
He's like, taking a third base.
Oh, I don't like this.
And if Ripclaw just sends it now, I think he's got it.
Yep, here he comes.
Here he comes. No, don't. Just fight. Just fight. Just literally take your hands off the keyboard and you probably won the game.
Yeah, I agree. I think Ripclaw's going to win this one and equalize the series.
Ripclaw, what are we doing? Okay, we're going to go into the main. That's fine. BG, well played.
Wow.
Let's go, Ripclaw.
They both just happened to go the same build.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you don't know, like, the meta at the Gold and Platinum League, you never, like, the kind of shit that goes on there. These guys probably see, these guys see some really degenerate stuff. So you never know what's inspiring them.
That's true. You know, when I think Gold, I think of, like, hidden bases and...
Oh, yeah.
You know, strange comps.
Okay. despite the, what, 600 MMR difference, we are onto game 3, onto match point.
I mean, this would obviously be a big upset here. Ripclaw manages to take this game 3.
Okay, macromonster. I'm going to pay attention to the build now. Macromonster's going 14 pool. Ripclaw going 15 hatch by the looks of it. Yeah, we got 15 hatch versus 14 pool, and then what, 14 hatch? Is this the same build again? No, this is...
From Macromonster? I think he took a gas last game.
Yeah, I'm just not sure when.
Both players, I think, doing something different here.
Yeah, but, well, yeah.
I like Ripclaw's opening better, obviously.
Yes, but I think this is a similar kind of all-in here from Macro, because... Well, maybe it's not all-in, but... Okay, here comes the gas. Okay, we'll see. If he actually... Oh, his Overlord is giga late now, so that means he's not going to be able to build anything for a while. He can build one pair of lings.
And he will do so.
Is he doing the same build? Ripclaw also going gas. Ripclaw's just doing a fully standard build.
Yeah, once again, we end up in this awkward scenario where, like, the gases are actually very similarly timed, despite the very different openers.
But Macromonster's eco is just really far behind. Well, not really. I mean, 3 workers doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a decent amount. And now these lings... So he's not sending the lings out. Now he's droning... Okay. So I assume we're just going to send these lings.
No mining on the gas from Macromonster either. Like, what is this build?
It's a bit... Yeah, you definitely... I mean, that drone could have been earning you so much money in the meantime, not being a gas geyser. Okay. So now we've got 6 lings, we're not using them. Like, I would think if you're going to build 6 lings, you actually want to pressure your opponent.
I think the longer Macromonster waits with these lings, the better position Riptide is in, or Ripclaw is in.
Oh yeah, now he's ready. I think he's already in a good position, and Ripclaw's going to start link speed before Macromonster does.
Yeah. I fail to see besides having these 6 lings on the board early. I think Ripclaw's ahead in every other aspect of the game.
Yeah, interestingly, Macro has caught up. Okay, Ripclaw's pumping lings now. He's also floating a bit of money, and okay, his supply block enough for long, so you'll be able to build stuff soon. See, he's going to keep he's just going to keep banking lings.
Yeah.
I mean, Ripclaw could well actually just kill Macro with this, because he's just going to be super behind on lings.
If he had full map vision, I think Ripclaw could just wait for speed, keep pumping lings, and then end the game.
Macro, okay, he's not going to send that Overlord. If that Overlord actually peeked in, it would see all these lings, and then he'd be fine. Are we just going to... Okay, the blind spine! The blind spine!
It's a staple. Now, normally this blind spine would be awful, but because Ripclaw is just holding down the Zergling key now, it might actually make a difference.
Yeah.
Like, he might live with this spine.
Yeah.
Especially if he can sniff out what's going on.
Yeah, but he's left his Overlord not in front of the base. He doesn't see... I think he's just straight up dead.
He will see it now.
Oh, can you get the wall?
And there are a bunch of lings on the production tab.
I don't think it matters.
This is going to be a hard hold, but it might be possible.
Oh no, Link's fighting the Evo chamber is not what you want.
No.
I think we have the Ling numbers here to just... Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, Ripclaw has so many...
Holy moly, Ripclaw's going to pull the upset. Is he? Yeah, that spine's putting a lot of work, but I don't think it matters.
I think he's got it.
I mean, there's still actually a lot of workers. I think the... Oh wait, where are the reinforcements? Ripclaw doesn't have reinforcements, so he's been slowing on his macro.
Once again, we end up in this scenario where there's like kind of like...
Godus is making drones though, so he's dead. We made drones in the... I think he maybe just thought it was over, but he's like, cool, now I can drone up.
Come on, it's only 3 legs in here. There we go.
Oh no, okay, the drones are winning the main, but there's 26 Ling reinforcement coming.
Yeah. Drones were not the call. Wow. What a game 3.
Treat you well played.
Not the result